Well, hey friends and neighbors, this is Chuck out at Sheraton Park Farms. Welcome back to the farm. So we had a little bit of a surprise on the farm today. Not a big surprise, we knew it was coming, but it caught us a little off guard by happening today, and we had to scoot around a little bit and get that managed, and we're going to show you what that was. But also, we want to talk a little bit about some changes that we're making here based on some different objectives that we've got, some things that we've discovered since we came to the farm, and just some new goals that we've got. So hang around with us for a little bit and let's talk about our new surprise and some changes that we got coming to the farm. All right, so first off, we're in one of our woodlot paddocks where we've had some pigs in the past, and there's still five females in here. We pulled the boars out this morning. We sold five, or we actually processed five of the other females that were in this group a couple of weeks ago, and we have decided to trim back on the number of breeding stock pigs that we have here on the farm. We had initially kind of started moving towards a larger farrowing operation so that we would have plenty of piglets to sell, still have plenty of piglets for ourselves, but move more in the direction of having plenty of piglets for sale. And we're still going to do that some, but we're not going to do it on as big a scale as what we had initially planned. We're going to keep about 10 females to breed, and we're going to do a little bit of a combo artificial insemination and keep a boar or two here to impregnate those girls. Reason for that being is that we have just got a ton going on here, and we've decided that we need to trim back just a little bit and kind of reset a few things, clean some stuff up. We want to make sure that we're doing a few things really good instead of a lot of stuff just kind of half-hearted. So we've decided to keep 10 females and just a couple of boars, and then do a combo AI, combo natural insemination. One of the problems that we ran into was, and I think this was a management issue, I feel real confident this was a management issue, we had left the boars in with those females for too long. And I think that over time, those boars get used to the estrus when the females are coming into heat, and they kind of lose interest. And so we've missed a couple of breeding opportunities. We've had a lot of folks that have been asking for piglets, and we've just not had them. We had one female that farrowed about 3 weeks ago. We hadn't even showed that on video because she just had 9, and we're going to keep all of those. But we've just missed a lot of farrowing opportunity. We've had at one time there were about 25 or 30 females here that should have already had piglets, and we've had one of them that's had a piglet. So yeah, it's been a little disheartening to say the least. But that's part of farming. You're going to have wins and losses, and this is just one of those losses for us. This is one of those things that's just not worked out very well. And so it's time to reset. We're evaluating what we're doing, and we've just decided that moving away from having a large breeding group of female pigs is probably not the most economical or the smartest thing for us to do on this farm. So we're going to transition. But that doesn't mean we're not going to do piglets. We're still going to do piglets, and that was the surprise that we had today. So let's walk over here this direction just a little bit, and I'll show you the surprise that we had this morning. So this is the surprise that we had this morning. This is one of our breeding females. We knew she was pregnant, started showing some real signs. Well, she's had that look for a number of weeks now, but over the past couple of weeks or so, she's really started to bag up and look like she was getting really close to giving birth. This morning, JW and I came up to feed, and she was a little slow coming down, but she did come down to feed. And Sandra had to run some errands this morning. When she got back, she said, let's go check on that female and see how she's doing. So we came up, and she was up here on some bare ground kind of nesting. So we determined it was probably really, really close. So we went back and got a couple of square bales of hay and brought them up here and put them out. And about the time we got up here and got those square bales of hay put out, she actually started giving birth. So we were able to capture some of that. I'm gonna roll a little bit of that footage right now. So if anybody in the room that makes you squeamish or something like that, you might just want to step out for a minute. But I'm gonna put a little bit of footage in here with her actually giving birth this morning. So we were able to witness the miracle of life this morning with this female gilt giving birth to what ended up being 9 piglets. First one did not make it. I think it was in the birth canal too long. Sandra ended up pulling it. But the rest of the other 8 that followed closely behind, everybody's doing really, really well. We're gonna go down here in a minute. I'll get you a little better footage so you can see what they look like now. But what we ended up doing was put her in this area, and then we put up a little bit of fencing around. I don't know if you can let's see if you can see that here. We put up a little bit of fencing because at the time Jack was in here, and Jack's our big boar. We've now moved him out. But he was kind of snotting around, sniffing around, and just getting a little bit aggressive. So we decided to put up a little fence just to kind of keep him out. So we've got mom and baby sequestered in this little pen right here. All that's left in this big paddock now is her and 4 sisters. And so what we'll do is we'll take this fence down in the morning so she can get out of the nest and go eat. She's probably not going to get out of the nest for 24, 36 hours or so anyway. But we'll open this up for her. But we want her just to have a little quiet time, a little mother-baby time, so they can do some bonding and all that kind of stuff. So let's spin the camera around. Go in here and check these little babies out. They're absolutely, y'all, they're gorgeous. There's nothing like a baby pig. Baby goats are cute, baby calves are cute, but there's just nothing like a baby pig. Let's zoom in here a little bit and take a look at them. So we've not done a count on how many males or females that we have, but there's 3. And we think that these little Berkshires were probably sired by Jamie Miles's Berkshire boar Stumpy, and we think that the spotted ones may have been sired by Jack. So here's some more. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we got 6, 7, 8 over here. So we ended up with 8 piglets. And like I said, what we done was we brought a couple of square bales of hay because of where we were at. We couldn't get in here with the big New Holland to bring a roll in. So we just threw a couple of square bales up on the back side of the side by side and hauled them up. Just kind of scattered them out here and let her make a little bit better nest. She was on just some bare ground, so she's got better nesting material now and plenty of spaces for those little piglet babies to hide. But everybody seems to be percolating along just fine. All right, I'm gonna jump on my soapbox because that's what I get to do on my YouTube channel. We've let this girl Farrow out here in the woods naturally by herself. Yeah, we stood by, we were here when it was going on, but she done this on her own, unintervened except for pulling that first piglet. And we did not use a farrowing crate. And she had 9 piglets, 8 of which are still alive. We're not going to use a farrowing crate. And I know that there's this one dude, and I cannot remember his name, and even if I could, I wouldn't call it out, that always comes on these videos when we talk about farrowing and talks about how inhumane it is that we're not using farrowing crates. And we're not going to do it. I'm not going to use a farrowing crate. We want these girls to be able to farrow unassisted, on their own, out in the woods, without a whole lot of human intervention or infrastructure to make their farrowing successful. And if they can't do that, then it's time for them to go. We're trying to, out of the females that we're keeping, we're trying to keep quality females that have good mothering instincts, that can wean off a reasonable number of piglets, and can manage those piglets on their own without a whole lot of human intervention or infrastructure. It reduces our cost for these pigs to be able to do that. So before you even start making the comments about farrowing crates, it ain't happening. We're not going to use them. The piglets are doing fine. Mom's doing great. Mom looks good. The piglets look good. Everybody's active. We're about, we're about 6 hours old, and everybody's active. And we'll just keep a check on them tonight and tomorrow and see how everybody does. Usually after about 72 hours, those piglets become a lot more mobile, and we feel a whole lot better about them. So during those first 3 days, we watch them pretty close. But yeah, I think they're going to do just fine. They're gorgeous. But anyway, I think that's going to do it. Like we always say, please keep us in your prayers. May God bless you and your families, and we'll see you on the next video.